Well, it seems like Starbucks has woken up to the fact that nobody actually cares what its employees think about geopolitics or anything else for that matter. And it's not that we don't like them, it's just that we've got other things to do with our time. And really, just came in for a coffee. So here we have the headline: Starbucks threatens to sue union that expressed support for Palestine over Israel. Well, that should be rewritten: support for Hamas, because it is Hamas that's running the show there. In an acknowledgement that an effort to boycott Starbucks is having an impact, the giant coffee chain has issued a cease and desist letter to a union representing about 9,000 of its baristas and other workers who have publicly sided with Palestinians after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. And here is the tweet from Starbucks Workers United. It says, "Solidarity with Palestine." And they're responding to this tweet: bulldozer operated by Gaza resistance tearing down the Israeli occupation fence erected on the border, literally breaking apart the Israeli-created mass prison in the Strip. But doesn't mention what they did after they went through there, though. For some reason, I don't know why they wouldn't mention that. I don't know, maybe it would make them look bad. But anyway, the sternly worded letter, addressed to Lynn Fox, the international president of Workers United, threatens to sue the group should it not immediately stop using the Starbucks name and logo, and it demands the union issue a statement saying that its support of Palestinians over Israel does not reflect the position of Starbucks, which is not affiliated with the union. Quote, "Anger against Starbucks persists because your organization's actions have fueled the inaccurate perception that Starbucks supports violence against civilians." And they're saying, we don't support that. The union does, but we don't. So something tells me we're not going to be seeing a pumpkin paraglider soy latte on the menu for this holiday season. Thank God. So it looks like maybe Starbucks is thinking about getting out of the woke business. But they have been cultivating this within their own company for years. Here from 2018, Starbucks goes big on racial bias training. But will it work? Well, if the goal is to make people racist, yeah, I guess it did. And there was a brief period there where there was a controversy because a barista was told they couldn't wear their BLM shirt. Because I guess maybe at that point, the leadership of Starbucks had maybe had some sort of a premonition that maybe all this social justice stuff isn't really going to work out great for the company in the end. But then immediately caved and ended up making 25,000 BLM shirts for its baristas. But of course, that's not enough. You have to be actively anti-racist, don't you know? It's not enough to just not be racist. You have to be anti-racist to far-left activists' satisfaction. And by the way, they're never satisfied. Here, Black Lives Matter. This is from Starbucks. This is from the Starbucks website. Black Lives Matter. Starbucks update on standing against racial injustice. And actually here, you know what? I was wrong. It wasn't 25,000 t-shirts. It was 250,000 shirts. So anyway, they did what they thought that they had to do to keep the SJWs from constantly harassing them, or at least harassing them less, because they never actually stop, because it's never enough. It certainly didn't stop Antifa from hurling bricks through their windows. But for people that were paying attention, there were some hints going back years now that maybe these social justice movements weren't everything we were being told they were on MSNBC, and that maybe people who are obsessed with identity above all else, maybe they're bad people. Here, Black Lives Matter co-founder called for end of Israel in 2015. Quote, "If we don't step up boldly and courageously to end the imperialist project called Israel, we're doomed." So for those of us who have been paying attention, we weren't surprised to see this from BLM Chicago, because these paragliders with the Palestinian flag there on it, they were the guys who went in and slaughtered all those people at the music festival. And I'm sure that Starbucks must have had people to do some vetting, right? Some vetting before they jumped into bed with this organization. But the social pressure was just too much. And so they themselves are responsible for cultivating far-left, critical theory, this and that, anti-colonial sentiment within their own company that ends up with them having to threaten their own union for supporting terrorists. And the far left is saying, now, well, what did you think anti-colonialism was? Yeah, because they've been telling us all along if you wanted to listen. And you have the thing that they fear the most, especially after seeing what happened to Bud Light, after seeing what's happened to Target. I don't think Starbucks wants to end up losing billions of dollars. Boycott Starbucks, trending after union response to Hamas attacks. And guess what? You did it to yourselves. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.